Well, welcome back to the P18 podcast, everybody. Our guest today is Miss Sienna Samour. Sienna is a teacher for us here in our math department here at Perry High School. Sienna, thank you for taking some time today to be with us.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you for having me.
So I have some questions to throw your way. So feel free to give us as much information as you would like about each one of them. Yeah. And, tell us a little bit about everything, okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Question one, could you share a little bit about your journey and how you came to be part of Perry High School?
Yeah. So what makes my story unique is I am a former Perry High School student. So different from probably any person who will ever be on this podcast. I graduated class of 2016. So I was here from 2012 to 2016, and I was involved in the marching band, multiple clubs on campus, like Harry Potter Club. There was a little bit of time where there's a Dead Poet Society Club, National Honor Society. I'm trying to think of other things. I was kind of very involved, and then obviously learned of my passion for teaching math while I was here with the former student or teachers that I had. So that was my journey as to like being a student. So I've literally been in the students' shoes before. So whenever they say, oh, I didn't have enough time to get from here to here for my class, I'm like, yes, you did. I literally did it. I walked the halls myself. And I've done some of these even homework assignments that I assigned. I've done them myself as a student for them. But then what made me become a teacher here was obviously I was inspired by the 3 teachers I had. I took 5 math classes in 4 years with only 3 teachers. Wow. I took the honors block class, which took me into honors geometry. We did the whole year in a semester. And then I did honors algebra 2 the second semester. So it was 2 hours of math every single day. And that's how I was able to fit the 5 in. But I kept in touch with those teachers. And so when I went to school, I decided I wanted to be a teacher for math specifically. I graduated from ASU, and I graduated in 2020 during COVID. I student taught for about 2 months in person, and then the last 2 months were online, which was a blessing and a curse because I got a little bit of both worlds, like the online and in-person teaching. And then I was going to go right into my master's and do my master's on Zoom. And then while I was doing that, my former teacher texted me and said, hey, a teacher had to leave mid-year and there's an opening and this timing is perfect. Like, come to Perry. And so that's why I'm here. And I've been here ever since. This is year 4.5, but I call it year 5 since this is my 5th roster of kids.
In some ways it was meant to be.
It was. And I get a lot of questions, and a lot of people have asked me recently, like my students all of a sudden have started asking me, why did you come back to high school? And I said, well, I mean, it's that great of a place. And I wanted to go. I went to school to be a teacher. I've always loved teaching. My mom was a teacher. So I didn't know I wanted to do math until I met the teachers here at Perry.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right, so let's stick with being a math teacher for just a second. What does a typical day in your job in that specific area look like?
A lot of times I'm teaching from bell to bell, or maybe the last 10 minutes are for homework. And so I'm up on my feet at the board almost every day. And then when we have review and work days, I'm typically helping the students practice and do their work, because if you don't practice your math and do more problems over and over, then you kind of don't know what you're doing. So that's typically my day. And then when I have the time during a prep hour or something, I'll work on grading or prepping the next lesson. And I am a level lead for Algebra 2, so I work ahead of that team so that they have their stuff ready to go throughout the year.
Tutoring is probably part of your day as well, after school hours.
Yeah. Good point. So sometimes I'm tutoring before school. During the conference hours, I have students come in sometimes if they need to make something up or ask questions. And then after school, I'm doing a lot of tutoring. Math is probably the most attended tutoring, or it needs to be.
What part of your job would people be most surprised to know about?
I don't know about the job necessarily, but I would say, like, for me, I'm a very energetic person, but I don't like the taste of coffee. So everything that my students see is just pure energy that I pull out of somewhere. Like, I don't like energy drinks. I don't like coffee. I drink tea only occasionally. So I don't know where I get my energy from. It's just, I'm a very bubbly, unique person. Even today in my class, we were singing a song to help us remember a pattern of factoring. And I don't know where I get it from, but so maybe not necessarily a job part specifically, but it's like something surprising about me.
More about you.
Yeah. How do you have that energy? So I don't know.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah. Maybe that'll change when I have children.
Well, that's definitely a blessing. I'm here to tell you that.
Yeah. I'm not addicted to anything, so that's good.
All right, so let's switch gears for just a second. Different style of question for you. If you could have dinner with any pop culture figure, past or present, who would it be and why?
I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I said I was in the Harry Potter Club. And I'm also a big musical theater person. So I feel like in another life, I was someone who like did a lot of theater if I wasn't a marching band kid. And so just bridging those two, Daniel Radcliffe was recently on Broadway, and he was quite literally Harry Potter himself. So maybe I would pick him. I've actually met him before in New York when he was doing a show. I met him at the stage door. But I mean, he's just the nicest guy, it seems, and he's so talented. So I would just love to pick his brain about filming the show or the movies and working on Broadway. And
so how did that meeting happen? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so when you go to New York City or to any show, sometimes they have stage door work. So when the actors are leaving to go home, there's kind of only one way out, and it's the stage door in New York City. And so you stand there, and they have security standing there that they kind of line everyone up behind some gates. And if you stand there long enough and they leave out that particular door, then you can get a signature or a photo. And so I have a photo of him.
It's awesome. What do you wish that more people understood about Perry High School?
That it's a good school. I mean, I don't think people are doubting that, but I mean, just all the things that are available to you. And I'm quite literally a product of that because I went to school here and I came back to work here. And there's a lot of things that students can do on campus. Again, clubs that I talked about, marching band, the fine arts are great, sports are great. We have a lot of great admin, teachers, and students that or other people that could support you on campus. We all really care. And a lot of times we're here late, like I said, to help you be successful. So lots of good things. But again, I'm a little biased because I went here. But I wouldn't come back if it wasn't a good school.
That's a good point.
Right? So.
All right. And finally, we all have choices about where we can work. What makes Perry the place for you?
The people. Definitely the teachers that I had before are what inspired me to do this in the first place and come back and work because they allowed me that or texted me about that opportunity. And then I would say the math department. Like we have a really great camaraderie between us where we share everything together. We do often a lot of potlucks for lunch. Birthday celebrations with like treats for whoever's birthday is coming up. We do outside events, like we went tubing on the Salt River once. Not everyone was there, not all 18 of us, but a good amount. And we go over to each other's houses when there's parties sometimes. And, we even went to a comedy show in downtown Phoenix once. So we have like the best kind of tight knit group. And so I'd just say that.
Well, Sienna Samour, thank you again for taking some time today to be on the PA Team podcast. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for listening.